we always said great things don't come from comfort zones. I think that if I were to explain Tommy to you guys in college, like the first thing comes to mind, free spirit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I want kids now.
Crazy, huh? So the grass that we're standing on.
Exactly.
On this side.
What rapper can you find in a toolbox?
No MSR. Sorry, guys.
People. ASMR.
So I said it right?
No.
ASMR.
Okay, let's dive in.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Nguyen Nguyen Wednesday, where we upload an episode every single week. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome to the podcast. And if you're a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell. It really means a lot to us. And if you're new here, welcome to the podcast. It's so good to have you. And if we haven't met yet, my name is Tommy Nguyen.
And I'm Sopa Nguyen. So Mother's Day just happened not too long ago. And so today's episode, we wanted to dedicate it to all of the moms, mother figures in this world. And so
she wanted to talk about mamas.
It's not mamas. It's she want to talk about mama.
If you guys know where that reference is from, comment down below and let us know, because when I heard that, the word mom, that's like one of the first things I think about. If you know where that reference is from, you a real one.
Comment
you the
below.
Real one. Yep, and comment below.
What movie is that from?
Yep.
And don't leave us hanging, you guys. You better comment below.
Yeah.
She wanna talk about mama.
Oh man, that was such a good movie.
I know, we need to watch it this weekend. And like we said, we are talking about moms today.
Mm-hmm.
And because Mother's Day it just happened, we just want to honor the moms and mother figures in this world and just acknowledge how much you guys do in this world and how thankful we are and that we see your hard work. And I think that moms are just amazing. Like how much strength they have. I feel like God created women to like be so strong, to like go through the whole like pregnancy and all this stuff. And then afterwards, and I don't know, I feel like women are just so strong. Not that men aren't. I just feel like proud to be a woman, even though it's so difficult to be a girl.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely challenges. I think, when I think about being like a parent or even like just being a mom, like just all the challenges that come with it. And it's not an easy thing. So shout out to all the moms out there.
Yeah.
Shout out to the single moms. Shout out to the married moms. Shout out to all you guys.
Mother figures.
It's definitely not easy to I mean, I wouldn't know personally, but I can only imagine. It's definitely challenging to be able to raise another human being.
I mean, honestly, obviously, I'm not a mom either, but I have seen my sisters, I have two sisters who have raised, so let's see, a total of 5 children. So one sister has 3, the other one has 2.
5, yep.
Yeah, and they're our nieces. We adore them. I love them so much. We talk about them all the time. And so I've seen how hard my sisters have worked as well as, their husbands, of course. So we're not discrediting the husbands, but today's episode is focused on moms. So shout out to my sisters. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I also wanted to acknowledge that this is also a hard time for some people when it comes to Mother's Day, Father's Day, holidays in general, where some people are also grieving. And so we want to also say that we see you and that you are not alone. And we hope that this podcast will encourage you and that you can reflect on the good things of that person in your life. And so, let's dive in.
Let's dive right on in.
So today we are going to talk about our parents, our moms rather, and how they are a huge part of our life and how they have shaped us. So I thought it'd be fun for each of us, both of us, to talk about our moms with you guys, just because obviously they've never met. Actually, Tommy's mom has been on some of the vlogs in Asia, but like, not that many videos. And it's such a small part too. So I feel like you don't really get to know her in those videos. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then for my mom, she has never been on social media, really.
I don't think so at all. I mean, she's been on social media in photos, like on Facebook and stuff, but
true, not from
really,
mine,
not really like on YouTube or any type of like video.
Yeah, my mom is not on social media, and I'm like, I love that she's not. Your mom's not either.
That's probably not a bad thing. Yeah, my mom. I remember my mom asked me, she's like, "Can you make me a Facebook?" I'm like,
no.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's a little background on our mom. So Tommy, I'm going to let you start off of talking about your mom and how she has
Yeah.
shaped you. And so we're going to give some examples of like what we're thankful for and how our moms shaped who we are today.
Yeah. Right before I answer that question, so for the whole Facebook thing, when she asked me, I just said no because I didn't want her to kind of get caught up in all of that. But I understand why there are moms who are on there. Like I know my aunts and stuff are on there,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's really
there's
to stay
nothing wrong
connected with
with it.
family. Family overseas in Laos, in Vietnam, and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah, there is nothing wrong
I
with
totally understand.
being.
There's nothing wrong with it. It was more of just a joke.
Yeah, that definitely was a joke. But we like also are like,
Yeah.
nah, it's fine. You don't need
Okay.
Facebook.
So the question
Good
was,
disclaimer.
yeah. So the question was how
How has
my mom like shaped me.
yes.
Well, when I think about my mom, like the first thing I think about is like her laugh, like her smile, because I think she's always like, to me, I always feel like she's kind of like, just kind of like not super serious all the time.
Dude, Tommy's
She
mom is
definitely will
so
like
funny.
laugh at everything, and she kind of like jokes around, and that's kind of like her personality.
I don't think Tommy's mom realizes how hilarious she is, and I want you guys to meet her. Like we want them to come to San Jose so bad. One, because we miss his parents,
Yeah.
and like they're like healthy, and so they can like fly on the planes and do all the things. And so I just love her. She just lightens the room, and she's
Yeah.
literally hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, she definitely has a sense of humor. And then just kind of on the flip side, some things I think about is like just how supportive she is and encouraging she can be. Like throughout my life, I made a lot of decisions with certain things, and some of them not so good. Some of them, are more risky, like quitting my job and starting Soul Gold with Sopa. And I just remember her being super supportive with all of that. And I just remember her being very much like a caretaker growing up, like nurture, like really taking care of me, cooking, like just cooking meals for me. And it's something that I feel super grateful and blessed for that I'll always remember. I remember one time, this was probably back when I was in like first, second grade. Like I was sick, so I couldn't go to school. And my parents, they're business owners too, so they're working a lot. They're working like 7 days a week, running a business, which it takes a lot of commitment, which I totally understand. So I wasn't always around them, all the time. But I remember that time I was sick, she stayed home from work and just like took care of me and just kind of like, just basically like just like laid there with me as I was just like napping and stuff like that. So definitely, I think on more the nurture side, growing up, I think now it's a little bit different.
She's close to your sister though, which makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I would say I'm a little bit closer to my dad. And
Yeah, I love Tommy's family dynamic because it's two kids, boy and a girl, mom and a dad. They're like I mean, Tommy has
he
a
has
big
4 of us.
family, but it's like a small, like, four
I would say
group
like
of you.
in the immediate family, it's just us 4. But then I do have I don't know if I would
They
call
are
it
your
extended.
they're not extended. That is your immediate family. It's more just like your household is small.
Yeah. The household itself, it was 4 of us growing up. For the most part, grandparents as well. So really, it was 6 of us.
Yeah, but I would say it was
growing up.
really like it's small, tight knit, close, and
Yeah.
you guys had like a good balance of men and women in your house, which mine was like the complete opposite. But
Yeah.
I don't have to get there yet.
Oh yeah. And with all of that, what it really taught me is like I really do want to take care of my family as I get older as well, and I want to take care of them. And I don't know if this is more of an Asian cultural thing, where typically in Asian families, we take care of our parents, which in other cultures, maybe more westernized cultures, like in America here, might not be the same situation.
Based on our experience, not always.
Yeah,
Like
not always, but there are those exceptions for sure. But I know in Asian culture, you take care of your family, you take care of your parents, or whoever needs help, and that's the
how
way
we
it
do
is.
it.
That's how we were raised. That's how we grew up, and I would love to reciprocate that, as I get older. For my
Reciprocity.
reciprocity, right? The new word I learned last
Last week.
episode, and that's something that's always been on my mind, and it helps drive me and motivate me, as I do what I do in my career now as I work.
Yeah. So your mom took care of you, and that's something that you remember. And I think that really did shape who Tommy is today, because
Yeah.
he definitely takes care of me. And it's something that I so appreciate, because I had a lot of nieces, and like, I just felt like I was always also taking care of other people. And so it was so different when we got married and everything, where he just like wanted to take care of me. And so I think that's something his
Yeah.
mom and dad showed him he also now does to me.
And I think it feels like pretty natural too. Like it doesn't feel like a burden to me. And, I think one of the things I took from her as well is like just the encouragement and supportiveness.
Yeah.
Because with Sopal, anything she wants to pursue or kind of go after, like just naturally, I just want to support her. Like I want her to succeed. I want her to, be her best in whatever she can be.
Yeah, Tommy's mom, I just appreciate how encouraging she is with her children, her husband, her family. It's like she's not negative, she's very positive, and she encourages you. Like Tommy's like, I'm quitting my job, which was an amazing job, amazing. Like there was no complaints in that job, right? It was just, it was an amazing job in every way. And to quit that job to pursue a business with me, together as one is like, she was like all for it. And as a parent, you don't want your kids to struggle financially.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And starting Soul Gold was such a risk. Like it was terrifying. We were like, oh my gosh, we're living out here by ourselves. No family support. It's just us two in the world. It felt like, and she was so encouraging. We were nervous. I was personally nervous for them to hear the news because I knew how proud of Tommy. Like they were so proud of him, and they have always been proud of him. And that's something that stuck out to me so much with Tommy's mom.
Yeah, actually, another story as well, and this is more of I would say, probably a recent one. I remember that it was a big kind of life decision. Is our faith, right? I remember when we went back and visited 2 years ago. I was super nervous to tell my parents about kind of like my decision of what I made in terms of like my faith, right? As a Christian, and so we grew up Buddhist, so that's why I was like super nervous. I'm like, man, I grew up and I was like raised this way and like taught these things, but as I got older in my adult life, I started to make my own decisions, right? Kind of paving that path for my own life, paving it the way I wanted to live my life. And I just remember being so nervous, like just telling my parents. And then I remember like when after I told them, the first thing my mom said, she was just like, "I'm so proud of you." And that was such like a huge relief, and it made me feel so good. And she's like, hey, you believe in what you want to believe in, and I'm just proud of you that you believe that there is like a God, that there's a higher power. It's not just us, like this
meaningless, like I don't know, just going through the motions of life.
And I think she was just really happy about that, like that I did have some type of faith, and it just felt so good to hear that from your own parent, your own mom. Just to say that, like, she was proud of me.
Yeah, and Tommy made that decision all on his own, in his own heart, in his own mind, in his own life, right? And to be to be validated by your parents is like, I think every child wants that.
Yeah, and my parents are still Buddhists, right? It's not like, oh, like, they didn't try to like convert me back or anything like that.
And we also, we just are encouraging to each other and let each other do kind of what we want, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, that is one way that Tommy's mom has shaped him. I guess I can go and then you can go again.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, you can share. So if you want to share about like how your mom has shaped you, like growing up, and maybe some of like the patterns that you have today, and maybe because of your mom.
Yeah, my mom is a very unique person. Mom, you are probably like the number one watcher of It's a Win-Win. We are so thankful. We love you. I taught my mom how to hit the thumbs up button when I saw her, and she does it every single episode. So shout out to my mom. And if you're watching this, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And she like subscribed. We created her YouTube channel, everything. It was super cute. And now she has subscriptions. And so anyway, my mom is so unique in so many ways. And I mean, I love my mom. She's so different than your mom though.
Yeah, they're like complete opposites in terms of like their personality, for sure.
Yeah, and my mom's a lot older than Tommy's mom. Yeah, so there's just a lot. Like Tommy's grandma and my mom were very close, and so if that kind of gives you an idea of like how old my mom is. I mean, my mom's younger than Tommy's grandma. Was younger than Tommy's grandma, but yeah, that's like more of her.
It's kind of like in between. Yeah.
Yeah, and like your mom and dad are probably closer to my sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah.
In regards to just the relationship. Maybe.
I don't know.
So.
You guys can tell us that.
Yeah. They'll watch this and be like, yeah or no.
Yeah.
But basically my mom, so my mom struggles with a lot of pain in her body, and I believe she has fibromyalgia. I don't know if that has changed at all. It's been a process ever since I was in kindergarten. And so I have seen my mom be so resilient and like push through so many difficult situations that I could just go on and tell stories about how my mom has shaped me in that. But I think that's why I have this like drive to just like keep pushing, keep going, and like leaning on people when I need to. Cause like for my mom, she had so much pain all the time. So it's fibromyalgia, I believe, is overactive nerves. And so she's just in constant pain. Like nerve pain is like another level. It's not just like your muscles aching. It's like your nerve. You know what
Yeah,
I
and
mean?
it's like nothing you can do about it too.
Yeah, I don't think there's a cure for
Which
it.
is a bummer, yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up seeing her in a lot of pain, but then she always showed up for me when she could. So she worked like weird hours, like when I was basically in school. But like, I just saw her do so much for me and my nieces and my sisters and my brother and like the people around her. And it really taught me how to like care for other people and like to kind of put other people before yourself.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Yeah, but on a more like positive, funny note, my mom is like the cleanest person I think I have ever met in my life. Like
I thought Sopal was clean. Her mom is levels above that.
my mom is clean. Like she taught me that at such a young age, and I hated it. That sounds like a very negative word, but like I really did not like how we had to clean all the time when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like dusting tables, all
And
the stuff.
probably maybe you just didn't understand why like you had to be like maybe so clean.
Yeah.
Like you just didn't understand the reasoning behind it.
Yeah, it was kind of like annoying when you're like a middle school kid just trying to live your life.
I just cleaned 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it's like we have to vacuum every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then, my sister Savalia would be like, you're going to sweep. We're going to sweep every night after dinner, like in the summers. And so my mom taught me how to be a very clean person. And I am so thankful for that. I remember I was cooking with a friend and there was a can of something, I don't know, tomatoes, whatever. And I went to the sink to rinse the top of the can before I opened it because that is what we have done for our whole life. All I knew. And she was like, what are you doing? And I'm like, it's dirty. I know my mom, she's probably listening to this. She's like, yep. I already know. I can see my mom being all excited about this. And that's just like one small thing that's been a habit. She's like ingrained in my life, in my mind since I was young. It's like clean everything.
Yeah. So this is a great time to kind of dive into what are you drinking right now? Because I'm drinking a sparkling water, Good and Gather, peaches and oranges.
It's ginger peach.
Oh, ginger and peach.
It's fire.
So you see the can here. We actually will rinse off the top and then just kind of wipe it down before we drink it because of the habits Sopa grew up with. And, I don't mind it. It does give a sense of like, I guess like safety or...
It's just peace of mind.
Or peace of mind. There we go. Peace of mind. That it's clean. What you're putting into your mouth is clean. That there's no germs on it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, it's kind of natural to do. It's like second nature to do now.
Oh yeah. Like if someone hands me a can, like if I'm at a friend's house or whatever, I'm like, thank you so much. And I'll just get up real quick and just rinse the can. Cause obviously I'm not going to ask them to clean it for me.
Yeah.
But like you will not catch me drinking a can of pop, sparkling water without rinsing that thing.
I mean, sometimes
or I use my shirt
not around the sink. I'll just wipe it down.
Or like,
yeah. And I would say probably 95% of people don't do this, which is totally fine because I'm pretty sure like in the manufacturing companies, like the factories, like they actually rinse it. I watched like a documentary on Coca-Cola one time.
I don't know. I just think about
they wash it.
Rats and bugs and animals and all that.
So what's really scarred us, going off topic just a tad bit, it's like the drinks that you get that are from like Asian stores sometimes aren't the cleanest. But I think when it's like just kind of like American type of drinks,
I don't think so. I completely disagree.
Cleaner.
Because they're at Target warehouses or whatever, and all this stuff on the shelf. If you especially you get if you're gonna buy like a Monster and it's like at a gas station, what if someone opened that door and sneezed all over it and there's no mask on?
You're so right.
That's why it's nasty. Anyway,
I mean,
what I mean.
I don't think about it, but that's how you get sick.
I don't think about it either. Yes, I do think about it, which is why I clean it. But I don't think about it now. It's just like in my rhythm. And like my mom, all my family, my sisters, Dave, everybody. It's like we clean it. It's a generational
thing. Yeah. It's going to be passed on to my kids probably.
Will for sure do that. There is nothing wrong, by the way, if you don't do this. I'm just sharing. Remember, germaphobe life. So
Yeah.
my mom has taught me how to clean well. Like I cleaned my bathtub the other day. I sent her before and after picture. She's like, "Mom, so proud of you. Love you, Sopa." And I'm like, this is so cute. This is my mom and I's
I
relationship.
felt like you took it up to the next level because you were watching like TikToks of cleaning
Yeah,
ladies,
the
and you're like,
clean-
I'm gonna buy all of these cleaning products.
I'm officially on cleaning
and I'm
TikTok
like, all
and I'm
right,
obsessed.
if you're gonna buy them, better use them. And
And
she
I
used
have.
it. Yeah, you
I
did.
use it every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I reap some of the benefits there.
you sure do. Shoot.
So if you're a woman in your life, your mom figure in life, wants to clean, let her do her thing. Buy her all the products she needs.
Yeah, when I go to Indiana or wherever I see my mom, if it's Texas, I'm gonna be like, no, you need Barkeeper's Friend. You need this like tile cleaner. You need this.
Get that scrub daddy.
I know it's about to be my Mother's Day gift. How about that?
Ooh, how about that?
Yeah, catch me outside. How about that? Okay, so mine was cleaning. Your next one.
What is my next one? Oh yeah. So another thing that I kind of take away from my mom, and I think this is really, you can really see this in me, once you get to know who I am, is her optimism. I just remember like when things would go wrong, she'd be like, "It's all right. Let's go. It's
I
all right."
love your mom when she. No wonder, like because
It's like the worry free. Actually, it's more like
Yeah.
just being in a way worry free, and she's like, "It's okay. It's fine." Next
it's
time.
so calming to have people like that in your life because like for me, I'm not like that. I'm just like.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm fixated on this. I'm stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I can't believe this didn't go right. But then Tommy and his mom are going to be the ones on the trip that's like, hey, it's fine.
Yeah. And another thing is like what I love about my parents, my mom and dad, is that growing up, they never complained. And I think that really helped shape me because I don't really complain about much and I kind of just let things go. I don't worry about it. If you watch the previous episode about embracing the real you, I kind of talk about that, like not worrying about what other people think about you.
Dude.
And I think that kind of carried over as well, as where it's like, don't worry about it. It's okay. And just like, I guess growing up, never hearing my mom complain really shaped the way I see things now.
I never thought about that, but that is so true.
Yeah.
They do not complain.
At all.
Even your dad, he's just like, oh, it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I think there's ups and downs to it, right? Sometimes when you don't complain, you can be a little bit more passive,
Right.
with.
I think that's also Asian
some things.
culture, like immigrant
Yeah.
life, right? You
That's-
don't want to
that's true.
cause you don't
That's
want to
true.
cause trouble. You don't. I mean, my parents aren't also not going to complain. Like, I think it's just
Yeah.
immigrant life. But
Yeah.
like for us as first generation Americans, we're going to be like, hey, I ordered chicken tacos, but you gave me fish tacos,
Yeah.
and it costs the price is wrong in the receipt.
Yeah.
But like my parents will be like, oh, it's fine, we'll pay the extra
Yeah.
$10, and I'm like, oh no, we're not.
Yeah. So I mean, it really depends on the situation when you have to take a stand for yourself, or
Yeah.
when you can, let it go, and
But-
that's your own kind of judgment.
But correcting a wrong charge on the receipt is not complaining. What he means by complaining is
Yeah.
like, it's so hot today. I feel like
Yeah,
I'm
kind of complaining about the things you
Can't
can't control, the external factors, right?
Yes.
All
That was
right,
your
so that
turn.
was So my mom's like
That was your phone. Did you hear that?
optimism. Yeah, I don't think we heard it on the mic.
Oh, okay. I was like, that wasn't me.
I know, it's me. I thought
Okay.
I put it on silent.
It's
I
okay.
guess not. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely your mom for sure.
What is my mom? What did we talk about?
Optimistic.
Optimism and just really just kind of letting things go and not worrying about it. A little bit more carefree.
Yeah.
sure.
I think also, so I was looking at my notes right here and I actually said both things. Obviously, our moms have shaped us in way more ways than just these handful of things. But, we're going to not keep the podcast going for hours, right? And so, moms, when you're listening to this, just know that this is not the only thing.
Yeah,
And
these
the
are just
only
a couple of things. So, Mom,
Yeah.
if you're watching, we love you. Both moms. We love both of you guys. And it's just a couple of things that came up because we could talk about you guys for like 5 hours.
Yeah, because
But we don't want to do that to our listeners. Although on the flip side, people have appreciated our longer podcasts.
That's
The ones that
true.
go to almost an hour, like 45, 50. And, when I listen to podcasts, I like to listen to longer podcasts too. So, we resonate there.
Yeah. And I also want to give a shout out to the mother figures in our lives. So I
Yeah.
can't go on with this podcast without talking about my sister Ibok and Nikit because they are amazing. And they have for sure shaped me. A lot of what they have taught me and how they are shaped also who I am today because my mom, like I said, she's older. She has a lot of pain and like they have really taken care of my mom. And they have showed me what it looks like to take care of your elders and like to take care of your parents. And like
Yeah.
for Tommy, he talked about this in the beginning of just like his parents took care of his grandparents. And like, that's just something that both of our families have in common. And I'm incredibly thankful for it because we're just on the same page, no questions asked. And my sisters, the sacrifice that they have done, like the sacrifices they have, I don't know, the sacrifices they have
made.
made. Sorry. Yeah. I'm like, right. Hello.
Yee.
The sacrifices they have made impacted my mom's life in so many ways that I can't wait to do the same for them, right? And for my mom and for my dad and like for all my siblings and even for your parents, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to give them a shout out, and I'm pretty sure they're watching
Yeah.
or listening.
I know my parents for sure watch.
Yeah, my sisters.
And your mom.
My
Your mom.
sisters. I mean,
Oh, your sisters, yeah. And what's really interesting about her two sisters, I would say very, very different like styles of like raising children.
they are so different. Us three sisters, we're all extremely different. And
You're a
like, so-
combination of like both of them, I would say. You take
because
a
they
little bit from
both shaped me.
But I would say both of them, your two older sisters, definitely have distinctions in terms of like their personalities and just the way they do things. It's different, but there's no right or wrong. I think both are great. Disclaimer, and then I get a half and half of it from Sopa here.
You get a little sassy. You get a little clean freak.
And that's all we're gonna say.
Germaphobe. If you guys know my sisters, you already know they couldn't be more different, but they are both very loving, very amazing.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to my sisters.
Both, I would say, very much caretakers.
You think a gift is a caretaker?
Well, I mean, at least like to me, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just speaking on my experience.
I can already see and hear her reaction. Oh no, she said this.
That's so funny.
Hey, as my family, as my sisters, I get to talk about you guys on this podcast, and so don't worry, I'm not gonna call you guys out on anything other than that.
Nah,
You guys
we'll
are
keep it at that.
amazing mothers, and we love you. So to wrap up today's podcast, we thought it would be fun to give you guys some practical ways that you can show your mom. I guess people
Your
can have
mama.
all the moms in your life, mother
mama?
figures.
Actually, anyone that was a mother figure to you.
Yeah, mother-in-laws, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. It could be a mom in general. Show them love and appreciation. Now, they have to go back to the old podcast to read about love languages or listen.
Yes. And I forget what the episode was called, but it was like the one thing that changed our love life. I think that was the title.
Yes, that's right. And go to that episode if you guys want to and take the 5 love languages quiz. Or maybe they should take it. I don't know.
You should have your mom take it. Like both our moms. That'd be kind of fun.
I already feel like I know their love languages.
I don't know my mom's actually.
I think it's acts of service.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, she likes to receive acts of service.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your dad is the ultimate. He is the best.
He is.
Yes. So.
Well, we're talking about moms today.
Yeah, but when
You get your day.
Yeah, we'll talk about dads
Father's Day.
whenever that is next month or something. So if you know that mom's love language, this will change the game. So I just wanted to give some practical ideas for you guys. So first, you can ask to help her with dishes, laundry.
Like, how can I help you? Or
Yeah.
be more specific. Okay, can I help you with dishes today? Or can I help you with laundry? And this is, I guess, more so if you're living with your parents.
Or if you want to visit.
Or if they're nearby and you can visit. Yeah.
Well, for me, for example, okay, so like my sister Savali Upak, she likes to do things on her own. Like she's very particular on how she wants to clean, do dishes, laundry, all that. So me asking her, hey, can I wash your laundry? She's going to be like, no.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's not the right ask for her to feel appreciated.
Yeah. So I think it's going to depend on the individual, the mom themselves.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I actually forgot what her love language is. For my sister, but let's just say it's quality time, and I'm like, hey, would you like to like go to the park with me, or like can we go out to eat together? And maybe that's what will fulfill her, right? And to make her feel appreciated and loved. And so I feel like take a moment this week or after this episode and just reflect on how you can show appreciation to a mom in your life. Like for me, like our moms are so far away right now, and so we can't do anything physical, but what we can do is call them.
Yeah, I think that's a huge one. If anything, call your mom or text your mom, and if you're able to, that's a blessing to be able to do that. Just to drop a text or even just FaceTime them and just say Happy Mother's Day and just tell them that you love them.
Yeah. And
And
Mother's...
that can mean so much.
Exactly. And Mother's Day obviously has passed with this episode being live, but it's not too late. You can still call them and be like, hey, I realized Mother's Day was a couple days ago. But it's just a day. It's not like their birthday or something.
And the thing is, it's better late than never.
Yeah.
Right. If you're late, it's better late than never, just not doing it, because you don't want to miss the opportunity.
Yeah. And if their love language is receiving gifts,
Send them some
give
flowers.
her a gift. Yeah.
Or
send
her
flowers.
favorite, whatever.
Chocolate, necklace. I don't know, whatever they like. Some people don't like jewelry.
Whatever your mom likes.
Yeah, like my mom, I think she definitely likes flowers. And like she'll wear the clothes I get her and stuff like that because my mom doesn't shop. And
My
so
mom likes sweets.
She does.
Like pastries.
She does. See?
Yeah.
And like if you give her a favorite pastry for her to take to work,
It's all of them.
special. That's special to them. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
my son thought about me, right? So obviously we can't really completely do that now, but just an idea.
Or if you have siblings, right, you can team up with your sibling, your sister, your brother.
Yes.
And just be like, hey, you want to get together and just, put something down, like, go in together on like a gift for mom and, do it that way. So
Or
up to you. You can get really creative with this for sure.
grandkids, whatever, like all my nieces, if we all chipped in $5 to do something for my mom or their moms, it's, we can get something substantial.
And I think like also too, it's really the effort and the acknowledgement is what really counts. It doesn't have to be this expensive gift or
Right.
this, huge kind of like thing.
Yep.
But really it's the thought that counts, in my opinion.
Yeah, write her a card. Depends on their love language and what they like.
Yeah.
And then if her love language is physical touch, give her a hug.
Yeah.
That could mean the world to someone whose love language is physical touch. If their love language is words of affirmation, tell her how much you appreciate her, how much you love her, how much you see her. Like we talked about in the beginning of this podcast, it's like moms work so hard. They have so much that they're responsible for. All right, you guys, all of those ways you can show a mom how you appreciate them, I think were really practical. And I hope that you guys can use them this week with someone in your life and that they were helpful. And if you guys have made it this far, thank you so much for listening and for watching. It would mean so much if you guys could subscribe here on YouTube, subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Ratings and comments, of course, always mean everything to us. It really does help us grow this channel and to show us that you guys are interested, because we don't want to make content unless you guys are interested in watching or listening to it. And don't forget to comment below if you guys know where that quote was in the beginning of today's episode is from, because we really want to know who our people are and if they watch any movies that we watch. Also, comment below on how your mom has shaped you. If it's not your mom, a mother figure, a sister, whoever it is, comment below, because I feel like this is something that was really fun for us to reflect on, because so much of who we are is shaped by the people in our life, right? Yeah. And obviously we're adults now. We don't live near our family anymore, but what our moms like ingrained in us is like still true today.
Yeah, it's going to hold on for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, so we just want to thank you guys for watching and listening to today's episode, and we will see you next week for It's a Win-Win Wednesday.
Yep.
My name is Sopa.
And my name is Tommy Nguyen, and we'll see you guys next week.
Okay,
Peace.
bye.